Hello, everyone, and welcome to the greatest book never published, the podcast where we read the greatest book never published. It is titled The Infection. My name is Nim, and this
I am Nate the Great.
is Nate the Great. I wrote a book when I was 13, and this is it, and it was never published. It is the greatest book never published. So,
Sure.
listen to the first episode. This is the second episode of the podcast. Listen to the first one if you want to hear us read the prologue. Now we're going to get into the chapter. These are short chapters, so we'll read 4 at a time every time we get into it. So, are you ready for this?
Oh yeah, I was born ready.
Yes. So, each chapter is told by a perspective of a different character. There's 4 main characters, so that's why we're going to do 4 chapters each time. So, Chapter 1. Are you excited? This is told from the perspective of our first main character that we're meeting, Zach Thompson. As I am jogging back to my apartment in Manhattan. Dang, they must be rich. They can afford an apartment in Manhattan?
Yeah, must be.
As I am jogging back to my apartment in Manhattan, I think about what happened at school today. Okay, so we know this character's in school. I got in a fight with some big guy, I got in a fight with some big guy who was on the football team. We were both sent to detention, even though I actually had a good reason to fight him. Wow. Dude.
Wow.
Dude.
You were like a genius.
I love the way this is written. He was...
This is quality.
This is wow. Like Stephen King who? Well, clearly I'm the best author.
Yeah.
He was picking on my younger brother Jameson.
Ooh.
Just because he is kind of small, wimpy, and nerdy.
Wow.
Wow, what an original story idea. The big jock was picking on the nerdy kid, and this main character decided to be a hero and try to save him. Super interesting. It is just my first month going to this school because I just moved here last summer because my dad, John Thompson, you may remember that name from the prologue.
Oh yeah, he's the
scientist
guy they mentioned.
Yeah. Listen to the last episode if you want to know.
Yeah.
Just saying, if you missed it. If you missed it, you missed it.
You're
Summer
lost.
so we just moved here last summer because my dad, John Thompson, works for the CIA, and for some reason they said we had to move here. That's suspicious.
That is very suspicious.
Why did they make him move there?
I don't know.
To New York City, of all places. To Manhattan? I think in later versions of this, so there were later versions where I was trying to revise this book and make it better. I never wrote a full version of a better version later on. But I changed it where I made up the city name. It wasn't New York City. I created my own city, kind of like how DC does with Gotham City and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. But right now, this version I just used a real city. We used to live in a small town in Montana.
Whoa.
That's a big change, small town Montana to New York City. I loved it so much better than the city. I actually feel free there. I could just go running out in the woods whenever I wanted to be alone. Here, I'm never alone. There are people everywhere.
Oh, this poor guy. He just wants to be alone.
I thought this was good writing.
It is. This is genius.
Whoa. Here, I'm never alone. Whoa.
Whoa.
There's people everywhere? Whoa. Profound statement. Okay. And the next paragraph starts with, okay, here's a description of myself. Dude, literally, I couldn't find a more natural way for us to get a description of what he looks like and stuff. As the book goes, just him just being You know what? Here's my exposition
Alright, this is
dump.
what I
Here's
look
what
like.
I look like. Just so you know. Just because you're reading a book and you can't see what I look like. Here's what I look like. The fact of the matter is I wanted these ideas I wanted to be movies rather than books, but I couldn't make a movie at the time. So I was like, I'll write it as a book. So I'm like, in a movie, you'd be able to tell what he looks like. And I'm like, what do I do for a book? I don't know. He'll just describe what he looks like.
These should be movies. They're definitely good enough.
Yes. I am 17 years old. I am kind of tall with long, dark brown hair. I have dark blue eyes. The fact that he's just describing his looks is just such a not. It's not how you write a book. I have dark blue eyes and a handsome face. In parentheses, in parentheses, it says, at least a lot of people say it's handsome. Also, like, what? He's just describing himself, and he's like, and handsome.
He's just gloating.
It's like
Everyone thinks I'm handsome, at least.
like, how pretentious does that sound? He's not even supposed to be a pretentious character, but the way he like that just makes him come off like, oh my gosh, that's hilarious. Where am I? Probably. I am very fit and pretty strong. Again, the gloating, the pretentiousness.
Just describing me
Pretentiousness.
2 years ago. Strong, fit.
Probably because I
Yeah.
love being active and getting exercise. You know, yeah, that usually does make you fit.
Yeah.
If you like getting exercise. That is why I'm running home instead of taking the bus. Okay, so he's describing himself. Next sentence, I love to hunt. That's such a out of nowhere. Wow. That's why I'm running home instead of taking the bus. I love to hunt. It's like he has no way. Like, how do I bring that up? It's just like you're hanging. You know, when you're hanging out with that person, there's just the one thing they really want to tell you, but they
They're like, hey,
like
I just wanted to tell you.
it's off
I like
topic.
hunting.
It's like I like to hunt. Like that's off topic. What we were having a conversation. Like it's like that kid, you know, just awkward. Oh
Hey,
my
also
gosh.
me.
Is this character you?
Maybe.
Are you Zach Thompson?
Sure.
Zach Thompson, Nate the Great, same person. I love to hunt. I used to do it all the time in Montana.
Mm-hmm.
I don't talk much and am not very good at making friends. But for some reason, a lot of girls like me. But
So it is describing me. This is me.
But for some reason, a lot of girls like me.
All the girls.
I'm handsome. I'm strong and fit, you know. Chiseled. Got the biceps and, you know, just the best. Oh my gosh. Probably just for my looks and muscles. That's girls like him just for his looks and muscles. I mean, so he's just saying all the girls who like him are shallow. That's what he's saying. Here we go. So we got our Christian belief thrown in here too.
It's
Because,
important.
you know, I mean, you know, you grow up Christian, you know, you're going to throw in I am a Christian, which is hard. Because the only other people in my new school that are also Christians are my two younger brothers. Literally, an entire school.
Wow.
An entire, who knows how big this school
So
is.
he knows every
It's
single
in
person's
Manhattan.
religious beliefs.
Not a
There's
single
probably-
one. Not a single one is
So
a Christian.
there's probably
not even
There's
one.
probably like what, a couple thousand people in the school.
couple thousand.
He knows
Not
all
a
their
s-
religious beliefs.
You know, Christianity being like one of the most popular religious beliefs in
Yeah.
the country, and not a single one in this large school in Manhattan is a Christian, other than
Mhm.
his brothers. Not a single. Wow.
Wow.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. The only family I know I have. Wait. The only family I know I have is my brothers and my father. I don't really know my father that well because he's always working. What?
Wow.
He's always doing his CIA bullshit.
Language.
The only family he knows is his brothers and his father. Wow. And my 15-year-old brother, Jameson, is always inside on the computer or something.
Nerd.
My 13-year-old brother, Nate. That's his name. My 13-year-old brother, Nate, is always out with his friends or flirting with this girl he likes who works at a gift shop.
Oh, so that's me.
See, here's the thing. He's just throwing all this character information out there that like could have been naturally introduced in some way. But no, he's just kind of throwing it all out there, exposition. Just, this is my brother. He likes this girl at this gift shop. Like, you could have found that out later. Like, why do we need all this information now?
Could have found that out in his chapter.
This is really well written stuff. Or flirting with this girl he likes who works at a gift shop. At least I have one friend, Steven Richards. Except Richards is spelled with an O instead of an A because I'm quirky like that.
Quirky? Yeah.
Because they wanted it to be different.
Yep.
It's like Richards is too common of a last name, but I can't come up with a better last
Richards.
name. Richards. It's got an O instead of an A. Ooh. He has lived in the city all his life. Ooh, so he made a friend in the city.
Wow, good job.
I am actually headed to where he lives right now. An orphanage in middle of the city. He's an orphan.
Oh no.
He lives in an orphanage. They still have those? Do those still exist? I don't know.
Yeah.
I have to go through a bad part of town to get there. Ooh. You know those bad parts of town.
Yeah.
It's like I could have looked up like a specific bad part of town or something in New York City or made something up, but no, just a bad part. Just a bad.
The bad part of town.
You know the one, the bad part of town. I suddenly stop when I see something out of the corner of my eye. Yeah, Nathan could be our little actor here, just acting everything out. No, out of the corner of your eye. You don't.
Oh.
It's out of the corner of your eye, so you're just like side-eyeing it like that.
Okay.
I look over and see a big it's a big skinny man. He's not just skinny. He's
skinny.
Skinny.
He's not skinny. He's skinny.
What also says a big skinny man?
Is he big or is he skinny?
Well, maybe it means tall. I should have said tall and skinny. What do you say? Big?
Wait, it's describing me again.
Tall and skinny. Yeah, so you're not Zach Thompson.
Although I'm not skinny, I'm just skinny.
That's probably another place where I like accidentally typed the same word twice.
Oh.
It meant to only type it once.
Yeah.
I look over and see a big skinny man who is obviously a gang member.
Is he bald too?
No, that's just Lee's
those are
bodyguards.
just the henchmen.
Those are just bodyguards. Yeah. He's a gang member. You know, who's obviously a gang member beating on a little boy.
Oh no!
Poor little boy. So how is he obviously a gang member?
Well, maybe because he's beating on a kid.
He could just be an abusive guy. Who beats on kids. It doesn't.
Oh, that's true.
How is he obviously a gang member? Because according to Zach, he's obviously a gang. Oh, maybe he has like gang tattoos or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll go with that.
He's got like a tattoos of a symbol of like some Crips or blood tattoos or something.
Yeah.
I don't even think before I bolt right towards the big one, tackling him. The big one. The big skinny one. Tackling him. We both smash to the paved ground. Why couldn't I just say pavement? We smash to the paved ground. What do you call paved ground? There was a word for it. Like pavement? No.
That's not it.
The paved
The
ground.
paved ground.
Getting cuts all over. Whoa. He's getting down and dirty. We both stand up quickly, our fists ready to go. All I need to do is remember what I've learned in self-defense class, which shouldn't be hard since I was the best student. Dude, I swear, I never
I was the
met...
best student.
That's-
I'm handsome.
That's the funny thing
I'm
is,
pretty fit. I got big muscles.
I remember like coming up with this character. He was never supposed to be like a pretentious character,
He seems like it.
but he is. Like he comes off that way. Like he was never meant to be. What I just completely messed him up. Like if he was meant to be, this would make sense, right? Wow. He swings a punch as hard as he can, not even aiming. It's pretty simple to duck. Is his ducking skills as good as Mr. Black's ducking skills?
Probably not as good, but
Well, he's not ducking and dodging bullets. So.
yeah, he's just dodging a punch from us.
From an obvious gang member. From a big skinny gang member. From a big skinny obvious gang member. This guy obviously hasn't had training. I come back up, kicking him with a roundhouse kick, which sends him to the ground. What a badass Zach Thompson is.
Wow.
He wipes blood off his mouth as he stands up slowly. Who are you and why are you beating this kid? I say in a demanding voice. Wait, we need to come up with voices for the characters. What does his voice sound like? He's really pretentious. What does a pretentious voice sound like? He's like a pretentious, like, yeah, I'm a real man.
Yeah, I'm a
man.
Yeah.
Who are you? And why are you beating this kid? I'm Chad. It's like a Chad voice.
Giga Chad. Giga Chad Zach Thompson.
That is none of your business. He yells as he pulls something out of his baggy pants. Oh my gosh. What a stereotyping bullshit. Dude, I am.
Are you sure you weren't a racist when you were 13?
Oh no. Just throwing out the stereotypes. And then, okay, so we have a thought here because it's in italics. So he thinks, oh no, it's a gun. Oh no. I slowly put my hands in the air as he points the gun at me, holding it sideways in one hand. What the frick? Stereotyping to the max. What is happening?
Don't assume. He could be white, okay?
But okay, it was obvious what was going through my head when I wrote it. What the heck? What the hell? Oh my gosh. Okay. Now this doesn't need to get any messier. Oh wait, this is it. Now this doesn't need to get any messier, I say very slowly and carefully. Oh, slowly and carefully. Now this doesn't need to get any messier, I say very slowly and carefully. Why don't you just put down that gun and we'll try to sort this whole thing out. Nobody needs to get hurt. It's too late, he says. You should have minded your own business. He begins to squeeze the trigger.
Uh-oh.
I take a deep breath. Right as the bullet fires, I try to get out of the way. I brace myself for impact. Nothing happens. Whoa. I look up and see that the young boy had knocked the gun out of the man's hands. Dang.
Whoa.
For a little boy, he's pretty tough.
Well, now.
I jump to the ground as fast as I can, grabbing the gun. As I turn, pointing in the direction of the man, he is beating the boy again. He's not like, let me deal with this guy who's fighting me, this not grown man, but like, he's older than me. He's a teenager, very fit. This guy who's trying to beat me up, who could grab the gun. Let me not deal with him first. Let me just immediately go back to beating the little boy. I guess
stopping this 5-year-old.
Gotta stop this 5-year-old first before I stop the super physically fit, strong 17-year-old who just roundhouse kicked me in the face. So let's see. Nice, beating the boy again. Stop or I'll shoot. Stop or I'll shoot. I yell as the man stops and throws the boy to the ground. Call the police, I say to the boy. He nods and runs away. Why was I the only one that would help that boy? Why did everyone else just walk by and not even care? They only care about themselves. Wow. A true mindset of a hero.
Wow.
Why am I the only one who cares? I look up and see that I am being surrounded by 10 more gang members.
Uh-oh.
Dude, his buddies came to help him out. That's the end of the chapter.
If one don't win, they all jump in.
That's the end of the chapter. Next one, chapter 2. This is told by the perspective of Jameson Thompson, who I'm assuming is Zach's brother.
Yep.
The nerdy one, actually. Remember he said, he's like, oh, my brother Jameson is...
He's always doing his computer games.
He's always playing his computer games. So when
that tic tac.
When Jameson talks, when Jameson talks, we got to give him a stereotypical nerdy voice. All right. I am sitting at my computer. Doing some research. Okay, I'll only do that when it's actually him talking, not just the. I'm sitting at my computer doing some research for a report on electronics that I'm doing for school. So I really sat there and was like, what? See, he's the nerdy character. What would a nerdy character be doing? Some research for a report on electronics that he's doing for school. Yeah. But it's hard to concentrate when the only thing I can think about is the fight that happened at school today. Wow. I was getting bullied by a big guy from the football team. That's what Zach said. Because I am kind of a wimp and a nerd. That's also what Zach said. My older brother Zach. Sorry. I can't. Okay. My older brother Zach just had to defend me. He and the other guy got in a big fight and ended up in detention. It is my... he defended me? What the heck?
What a terrible...
Ungrateful much, Jameson? Jeez. It is my first month going to this school because we just moved here last summer. Yes, Zach already told us that. Why am I don't need this information again. I kind of like it here better than where we lived before. Ooh, it's the opposite. Zach liked it better where they used to live, and they have some different. They're very different. One's a Giga Chad, one's a nerd. We used to live in a small town in Montana. We know. All of the stores and everything were long distances away there, and you got to drive to get to them. And I don't have my driver's license, so I had to either get my dad or Zach to take me whenever I wanted to go somewhere. Now I can just walk there whenever I want. Wow, how interesting. This is the most interesting character information ever. This is so interesting and relevant to the audience. Here is a description of me. Each one of these chapters is going to have that. Here's my description. Each one of the intro chapters is going to have the description, isn't it? Here's a description of me. I am 15 years old. I am kind of short and not very good athletically. He's like the opposite of Zach. Zach was all like, yeah, I'm pretty fit. I'm pretty strong. I'm pretty handsome. He's like, I'm kind of wimpy and a nerd, and I'm not good athletically. I'm really short. I wear glasses over my brown eyes. Oh, he's a nerd, so he wears
Andy has
glasses.
brown eyes instead of blue eyes. They're just polar opposites.
Ooh, yeah, they're very different from each other. They may be brothers, but they're very different. I have short brown hair. Ooh, Zach had long brown hair. See, very different. They're still brown though. They're still both brown. It's like you could have given him like blonde hair.
Genetics. Usually you have the same color hair if you're brothers.
That's not always true.
Well, not always. Typically.
Long brown eyes. No, long brown hair.
Long brown eyes.
Imagine if it actually said that. I am very smart with computer and science. I think I meant to say computers.
Probably.
I'm really smart with computer. I do computer. I enjoy programming computers. You just said you're good with computers. Smart. You could have said I enjoy programming computers in a separate. It just sounds very like it's like I'm smart with computers and science. I enjoy programming computers. It's very clunky. Very clunky. Mm-hmm. I enjoy programming computers and helping my dad with experiments. He's a scientist.
Whoa.
Working for the CIA.
Top secret. You probably shouldn't be telling people
that. Yeah, my dad works for the CIA. He's a scientist, one of their top guys. Does the CIA have like a lot of scientists that work for them? Like, I
don't know.
I mean, it's an intelligence agency, so it's like
probably
people who gather intelligence, not necessarily science. They might have
I don't know.
Hire scientists for some things. I don't know. Scientific analysis of things. I finished with my research for now, so I can go outside to walk to my dad's lab on the other side of town. It is a secret lab, hidden behind a small gift shop. Don't tell people that it's a secret lab.
I don't think you. Okay.
His secret lab. Why does this kids know about his secret lab? His secret CIA lab.
I don't know.
He's not very good at keeping the secret. Yeah, I'm just gonna tell my 15-year-old son where it is. I am walking down the street holding my laptop computer. Why? What do you need it for? My route takes me through a bad part of town, which I don't really like walking
Is it the same
through.
Bad part of town?
Is it? Well, there's only one bad part of town. It's the bad part of town. It's not just a bad part of town. It's
the bad part.
Well, it does say A in this book, but, I'd like to think that it's the only bad part of town, which I don't really like walking through. Well, then don't. Go a different route. Take a few extra blocks just to avoid
He's not very athletic. He doesn't want to walk far.
Why isn't he, taking a subway or something? Come on. It's New York City. Get a...
Maybe it's...
They have public transportation for a reason.
Maybe it's close enough that, it's not worth taking the subway.
Yeah, well, they have an apartment in Manhattan, so they're probably rich. They can afford it. Through a bad part of town, I don't really like walking through. While I'm walking through, I can't help but notice there's a big fight between a bunch of gang members. Are they obviously gang members? We got a bunch of guys who are obviously gang members. With a bunch of gang members and some other guy. As I get closer, I realize who it is. It's Zach. What is he doing with guys like that? He probably saw them messing with some innocent-looking person and just had to help.
Wow.
I don't know why he always has to be a hero. Which is why he's gonna make a good superhero. I guess I'll have to help him. What are you gonna do? You're a wimpy nerd, like you said.
Hit him with your computer.
Throw some complicated math equations at him.
A squared plus B squared equals C squared. Solve
what
does
A squared plus B squared equal? Huh? Yeah, I bet you don't know it. What's the square root of pi? like I run right in the middle of it and see Zach standing there with a bloody nose and cuts all over him. It looks like he can barely stand. But there are 7 of the gang members lying on the ground in pain.
Wow.
So I guess all of those self-defense classes he took paid off.
Wow. Took out 7 guys?
Zach's a badass.
Holy cow.
Zach is a badass. He doesn't need superpowers to become a superhero. He could just be Batman.
I'm Batman. He's gotta wait for his dad to die. Then
Well, we determined, yeah. Once his dad gets murdered in an alley,
Yeah.
because he already has the money. We determined they're rich, or rich and not, well, maybe not as rich as Bruce Wayne, but
No.
fairly rich. He might not have the intelligence of Batman, but his brothers are smarter. So
it's like combined, they're Batman.
Combined, they can be. Yeah, he's the one who actually wears the suit.
Jameson's like Alfred.
Jameson's like Alfred, and
Nate is
Robin.
Robin.
Nate would probably be more of the detective side, I think.
Oh, okay.
Based on what I remember from the character, I don't know. We'll get to him. Okay, so where are we? I run in as fast as I can, yelling, "Stop!
Stop!
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 Stop! Stop! Stop! Stop!" Okay, yeah, stop. Jameson? Zach says, "What are you doing here?" "He's getting pounded, that's what," one of the gang members says. Poor choice of words.
Phrasing.
My 13-year-old self did not think about what the...
Very poor choice of words.
Very poor choice of words. That's what she's... Getting pounded, that's what... He's... Okay, you can't do that. He's 15 years old. That's
no, he's
not...
17.
No. Oh, Zach's 17. He's referring to Zach, yeah. Still, though. These are, I'm assuming, adults. Well, they might not be. They could be like 6, 17, 18.
Some gang members
16,
are just
17.
teenagers. I mean,
yeah,
you never
true.
know.
True. He starts walking towards me. I don't want to fight, I say. I was just trying to help my brother. This voice. This wimp is your brother?
Wimp?
He says,
he took out 7 guys.
No, he's talking to Zach. He says, looking at Zach.
Oh.
I don't see any resemblance. Wow, gang members are jerks.
Yeah.
He gets closer.
Obviously gangs.
Yeah, he gets closer to me. "Hey," Zach says, "leave him out of this." He swings a fist directly into my face. He doesn't even try to dodge it, man. He doesn't have his brother's dodging powers.
Yeah.
It knocks me to the ground. I lie there for a few seconds, trying to stand up. I stand, and all I see is a bunch of blurs. I must have lost my glasses. My glasses! I can't see without my glasses! Oh, wait, so Jameson is just Velma.
Yeah.
Jameson is Velma. I mean, the voice we've been giving him is basically Velma's voice, so. Let's see. Must have lost my glasses. I look over and notice that one of the blurs has just fallen to the ground. I look closer and see that it is Zach.
Uh-oh.
Zach! Zach! I yell out loud. "There is no helping your brother now," one of the gang members says. "And there's no helping yourself." He slams his fist into the side of my head. I fall to the ground in pain. Then everything goes black. That was the end of that chapter. Next chapter is chapter 3, Nathan Thompson. So this is Nathan Thompson's first chapter. So this is your name.
Yeah.
Nate.
Yeah.
Nate the Great, Nathan Thompson.
Yep.
I am walking to the gift shop to see my friend who works there. I had just gotten back home from my school, where today there was a pretty good fight.
We know. We heard about it multiple times.
I probably shouldn't be encouraging it, though, since my 2 older brothers were involved. But it was still a good fight. I like Nate. Nathan's got a cool personality. He likes a good fight. Yeah. Who doesn't like a good fight? We just moved here last summer from a small town in Montana. I like it here, but I also like it there.
So he's just in between.
He's in between. The other two are
They're
the
both
polar
extremes,
opposites.
and he's just like
He's the in between one. He's
like the happy middle.
So he's the
Happy
youngest.
medium.
So he just kind of like learned his personality traits from both of his older brothers and became a mix of them. I like it here, but I also like it there. All of my best friends live there, but here I can just walk to stores and stuff. That's the best reason you can have. I like it here because I can walk to stores and stuff. That's my brain being like, what do people like about living in the city? I don't know. They can walk to stores and stuff. Sure, me living out in the country my whole life, just what do people like about living in the city? It's the best I could come up with. I mean, I have made some friends here. About 10, not that many. But at least
just a few.
But at least I've got one of the girls here to like me.
Ooh.
Ooh. Spill the tea, says. Oh my gosh. Why did I do that?
I don't know.
Okay. So here is a description of myself. I've noticed a pattern. The third paragraph in each of these introduction chapters is the description paragraph. It literally starts with, okay, so here's a description of myself. Literally they all start with the word okay. Literally this one is, here's a description of me. Okay, never mind. That one didn't start that way. Okay. This one starts with, okay, here's a description of myself. Okay. Jameson started with, here's a description of me. What is the fourth one start with? Oh, wait, I can't find, where's the description? Oh, yeah, okay, here's a description of me. Oh, that's the second paragraph.
Whoa, change it up a little bit.
Anyways, that's getting ahead of ourselves. Okay, so here's a description of myself. I am 13 years old. So our oldest, Zach, is 17, then the middle, Jameson, is 15, and then the youngest, Nate, is 13. I'm 13 years old. I am short and kind of skinny. I have dark hair, which is hard to tell because I am always wearing my dark red knit cap. Also known as a beanie. Just call it a beanie, like a normal person. But okay. I don't know. That's kind of okay. I am always wearing a backpack with a lot of useful stuff in it. I like to be prepared. So he's like a
He's a
prepper.
He's a prepper.
he's a prepper.
He's preppy.
He's preppy.
Oh wait, I don't think that's what that means.
Different. That's very. Those are very different. You never know when you might need some of this stuff. You never know when you can end up in a survival situation. Bear Grylls over here. All right, I'm gonna drink my own piss because I'm Bear Grylls.
I'm Bear Grylls.
And today, I'm gonna drink my own piss.
Today I'm gonna eat a spider.
Alright, anyways. Some people think I'm paranoid. Mostly my brothers Zach and Jameson. They just don't get it. Anyway, I am also very street smart, and I am also pretty good with computers. So he's like he's like a mix between Zach and Jameson. Zach's more like street smart, Giga Chad. Jameson's good with computers, but not good with people, But
he's good with computers.
He's both.
And good with people.
Yeah, he's a Giga nerd. I walk into the store and walk up to the front counter where my friend who works here stands. She is about 16 years old. She has long red hair and blue eyes. Remember when I said I even got a girl to like me? Well, this is her. Her name is Abigail Crepe.
Crepe.
Not spelled like the food, like a crepe. That's spelled with a C-R-E-P-E. This is A with an A.
Oh, crepe.
Also, this girl that he likes is 3 years older than him. It's kind of weird.
Age is just a number, okay?
Well, yeah, but in like 2 years, she'll be 18 and He'll be
So?
15. It's kind of weird.
Yeah.
Hello, Abigail, I say to her as I lay a miniature Statue of Liberty on the counter. That's the best I could come up with. What's he gonna buy at a gift shop in New York? I don't know, a miniature Statue of Liberty? Sure. The only reason I'm buying this is so I have a good excuse to see her.
Smooth.
Smooth move.
Smooth.
Because
That's how it's.
everyone
That's how you get the ladies.
who lives in New York City just wants to go to a gift shop and buy a mini Statue of Liberty.
Well, yeah.
It's definitely not something that tourists do. You know, people who live there just do that all the time.
Yeah.
Hey, Nate, she says, is that all? Yep. Where do you get all the money to buy all this stuff? Well, his dad is rich, as we've determined. So that's where. He works for the CIA. I don't know if that makes you rich, but... I mean, he's a scientist. He's maybe their top scientist, so he might be rich. So it's our taxpayer dollars at work right there.
Mm-hmm.
Paying these overpaid scientists for the CIA. Where do you get all the money to buy all this stuff? She says, obviously referring to the fact that I buy something from here almost every day.
Jeez. All right.
Okay.
All right. He's not smooth. He's just a simp.
Simp. Super intense Minecraft player. Wow. Every day. Oh, I have my ways. Well, it better not be something that gets you into trouble with the law. I heard that your brothers were involved in some fight with some gang members. How did she hear that? How does she know that? Jeez. Like, it's like the town gossip came in. Oh, did you hear about this fight? I don't know much more than that, but if I were you, I'd get down there fast. Where are
so
they?
he get knocked out too?
Where are they? I think I heard that they were in the hospital. Apparently they got beat up real bad. I hope that they're okay. Where did she hear this? Like, what kind of, like, New York's a big city. Where did she hear this? Let me know how it... Wait. Yeah, me too. I say as I lay some money on the counter. Well, here's the money for the statue. Keep the change. You deserve it. Keep the change. You deserve it. Smooth. I better get down there and find out what happened. Let me know how it goes. Yeah, I will. I say as I start walking out the door. Bye. I run down the street as fast as I can, which isn't very fast because of all the people. Wow. I get it. It's a big city with a lot of people. I appear in front of the hospital. I walk in. All she said is that they were at a hospital. She didn't say which hospital. I think there's a lot of hospitals in New York City. I walk in and step up to the front desk. A young woman is standing behind it. See, like, you could have skipped ahead. We don't need... I ran to the hospital. I went up to the front desk. Like, you could have skipped ahead to when he got into the room to see them. Or, like,
yeah.
Too much information. Unimportant information. I'm looking for 2 teenage boys who should be in here, I say. What are their names? The woman asks. Zach Thompson and Jameson Thompson, I answer. She types a little bit on her computer and then looks up at me. They're in room 13. Then here's a little thought thing. He thinks this. Great. Room 13. That's supposed to be bad luck, isn't it? So funny. How did I come up with... I know, I'm a genius for coming up with that one. It's going to be room 13. Oh.
Bad luck.
Okay. I say, can I go in and see them? Yes, she says. Doesn't even ask to see, like, who he is. Don't they, like... Hospitals, they don't just let anyone go in any room to see anyone.
Yeah.
Like, pretty sure you have to, like, ask who you are and, like...
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Thank you, I say as I start walking toward room 13. I find the room, then open the door. I look in and see 2 hospital beds. One with Zach in it and one with Jameson. They are both beat up and bloody. Zach is just lying there with his eyes open, staring at the ceiling. Jameson seems to be unconscious. I walk up to Zach's bed. Are you okay, Zach? I ask. Yeah, he says. I'm fine, but I'm not too sure about Jameson. What happened? We got in a fight with some gang members. I know that, but what was the fight about? Well, I saw a gang member beating on some kid, and I had to help him. Then, some of his friends showed up to help him. But this is, why do we, what is the point of this part of the chapter? We're getting no new information. We're just, Nathan's finding out what happened. Like, this could have all been described in one sentence. I went to the hospital, and they explained what happened. Like, simple as that. Beating on some kid, and I had to help him. Then some of his friends showed up to help him. By the time the cops got there, me and Jameson were both unconscious. And where did this happen? It happened in that bad part of town. You know, that bad part of town. It's that bad part of town.
Yeah.
Everybody knows that bad part of town. I could have like came up with a name for this specific part of town, or like a street name or something like that's notorious, or I don't know. But no, that bad part of town. I was there because I was going to the orphanage to see Steve. I don't know why Jameson was there. Then we suddenly hear Jameson yell, "Where am I?" He looks over at me and Zach. What's going on? That's his first reaction to waking up. Where am I? What's going on? Oh, I just got my face knocked in and I woke up in a hospital. What a surprise. You're in the hospital, I say. You were beat up by some gang members. Oh yeah, Jameson says. I remember. Zach was in a fight and I tried to stop it. What happened after I was knocked out? I'm not exactly sure, Zach says. What were you doing there, Jameson? I ask. I was going to Dad's lab to help him out, Jameson says. Again, we know this. No important information is being exchanged in this part. I didn't know you had to go through that part of town to get there, I ask. No, I usually don't, but I was taking a new route, Jameson says. It's supposed to be quicker. Guess I'll never be taking that route ever again. Wow, super important information. Why am I right? Why? Well, I say, I'll try to see if you guys can leave yet. You seem to be okay. A little beat up, but okay. Then the chapter ends. Okay, well, half of that chapter was pointless. Like, the first half was maybe, like, okay, because
The only useful information we got is that he hit on his girl.
is that
and then went and visited him
he
at the
likes
hospital.
this girl, is Abigail, meeting the characters of Nate and Abigail are the only important, like, that chapter, nothing useful happened except for he was trying to hit on a girl. Chapter 4, Stephen Richards. Stephen Richards. Richards with an O. I am sitting down in my room at the orphanage, waiting for my friend, Zach Thompson, to get here. He was supposed to be here 5 hours ago.
Wow.
Stood me up. I wonder what's holding him. Maybe he got in trouble with his dad because of the fight he got into at school today.
Wait, he got a fight in school today? I didn't know that.
Wait, what fight? They had a fight in school?
What?
It's not like it hasn't already been mentioned by all three other characters in their introduction paragraph. Like, okay, here's a description of me. This is the shortest description paragraph of all of them. Oh no, it's not. No, it's separate. That's why, because it's separated into 2 separate paragraphs. Oh, that's weird.
Oh, that's...
Okay, here's a description of me. I'm 17 years old, same age as Jameson. I have long legs, which help me run faster than most people. Cool. Good to know. I have really short, dark hair and really dark blue eyes. I don't do well in school. It's hard to concentrate when the only thing I can think about is how much of a wreck my life is.
Oh, this poor guy.
I mean, I'm never really going to amount to anything. The only thing I'm good at is running. Well, so you could be on the running team. Dude, you go to the Olympics. You could amount to something if you're being good at running. Well, I also know how to rap a little bit, but not good enough that I can make a career out of it.
Oh, we got Eminem over here.
Yeah. Yeah. The only real friend I have is Zach. So, I really don't see any point in life.
Oh.
Damn.
And
Zach. Oh.
And now that Zach left him up, he's gonna commit suicide.
Oh
or
boy.
something.
Oh boy. Here's our
Oh no.
forced religious theme again. Zach once told me something about live for Christ or something. Oh my gosh. This is a sponsored by. This was actually written by Pureflix. This is a script for a Pureflix movie. I don't see why Christ would want someone like me, if he's even real. I'm not quite sure if Zach's Christian worldview is true or not. I guess I'll find out sometime in the future. When he dies. When he kills himself.
What?
Well, no, I said when he died. Like, no, I'm just saying it as like, because he clearly is.
Oh yeah.
Doesn't want to see a point in life. What's taking him so long? Why is he not here yet? Quit complaining, bro. Then there's a knock on my bedroom door. This better be him. He's 5 hours late. It's already dark out.
Oh, come on.
Dude. Chill, bro. Chill, bro. He's not your boyfriend. Or is he? Plot twist? No.
Yeah,
no,
definitely.
He's not. He's not. Secretly, this whole time. I walk to the door and open it. On the other side, Zach is standing there. But for some reason, he's badly bruised and scarred. What happened to you? I ask. Nothing, Steve. He responds, I'm fine. Does this have anything to do with why you're 5 hours late? Like, it literally sounds like he's like one of those like naggy like
You're 5 hours late. Come on.
Like you stood me up. Like like literally. Jeez, the sexual tension here is off the charts. They should be dating. Wait a minute. I'm 5 hours late? Yeah, it's already 9:30. Oh, I must have lost track of time. I'll ask you again. What happened?
Oh, we're gonna hear it again.
What? He sighs. I got in a fight. 2 fights in one day? How did it happen? He's literally his girlfriend. 2 fights in one day? Like, he's not a bro. Like, it should be like, yo, 2 fights in one day, bro. Like,
Let's go.
Clearly
Did you win? Did you knock it?
Clearly they're in a relationship. That's all I'm saying. How did it happen? Well, he says, obviously not wanting to tell me. I saw some gang member beating on some little kid, and I just had to help. I was doing pretty well until a bunch of his friends joined in. I almost had all of them taken down when Jameson suddenly showed up. In the end, we both got beat up really bad. They probably would have killed us if the police never showed up. Whew.
Jeez.
Zach, there is one thing you have to learn about living in the city. When you see someone doing something like that, you are better off not getting involved. He doesn't have the heart of a hero. Maybe he learns to be a hero
I need a hero.
as the story goes on.
I'm holding up a...
I think that's what it's. I think that's what it is.
Character arc?
Character
Is that what
arc.
you're talking about?
He starts out, he's like, "Don't be a hero," and then by the end, he's gonna do the most heroic thing ever.
Oh, okay.
Character arc. Who knows?
Nah, he's just gonna stay his old sad sap self.
Well, that's how stories work. People just stay the same throughout the entire story.
They don't
There's
grow.
no change. There's no character arc. What's a character arc?
No.
That's not a thing. But I had to. That kid needed help, and nobody else was doing it. If I hadn't helped, that kid might even be dead by now. So, it's not your problem. Ooh,
Jeez, this guy has no sympathy.
you didn't even know that kid. If he had died, it would have no effect on your life. There was no way he could have defended himself. Sorry, I'm not really specifying who's talking. So now Zach is talking. There was no way he could have defended himself. I'm just gonna go back to that one.
Here's the good the
Oh, here's the quote from the beginning. So if you remember from the first episode, the front of this page has a character quote. Wait. Yeah. And this is the character quote. There's no way he could have defended himself. The big guy must stand up for the little guy. For if he doesn't, the little guy will no longer exist. It's differently on the
poetry.
front. It says the little guys will no longer exist on the front.
Oh, you didn't even quote it right. Wow.
It says the little guy will no longer exist.
That's better than Shakespeare.
As we said before, this is better than with great power comes great responsibility.
Yeah.
That's what my dad always told me. Wait, so shouldn't the person be at the beginning where it says the character quote? Shouldn't it say
John Thompson?
John Thompson, his dad?
Because
Because his dad said it first. I mean, he's the one who says it in the book, sure, but...
Yeah.
Well, maybe I don't care about the little guy. Why should I care if this little guy exists or not? Ooh.
Oh.
Maybe you are the little guy, Steve.
Yeah.
Maybe you are.
You don't care about yourself? Is that what you're saying?
That kid deserved to live just as much as we do. That's the reason God put me there at that time, to save his life.
Mm-hmm. Preach it, brother.
Preach it. And then here's a thought bubble. I'll call it a thought bubble. It's not really, it's not a comic book, but just to... There it is, that reference to God. For some reason, he can find a way to talk about him, no matter what we talk about. Yeah, those kind of people are annoying. I agree.
Yeah.
You really think God put you there for that purpose? I ask. How do you know it didn't just happen by chance? Nothing happens by chance, he responds. Everything that happens is planned by God.
Mm-hmm.
Now Steve is talking. I don't think I like the idea of God running my life. I can make my own choices. Now that I think about it, I have no idea why I even thought about becoming a Christian. I have some stuff to do, Zach. Why don't you just go save more children or something? Goodbye. Burn.
Whoa.
Why don't you go save some children?
Why don't you go save some children or something? I have more important things to do. At my orphanage where I have no friends.
Sit here and wallow in self-pity. That's pretty... what else does he do? He runs. He likes running.
Oh, yeah.
And rapping.
He's like Forrest Gump.
Oh, he can rap, too, apparently.
Oh, he's Forrest Gump mixed with Eminem.
Imagine he's just running. Some of them are double you assuming I'm you. I'm the real Slim Shady. With the I stand there for a few more seconds when I hear Zach say on the other side of the door, "If you need me, I'll be at my father's lab. I have a few things I need to talk to him about. Bye." I hear him walking away. I lie down on my bed. I fall asleep. I wake up a while later and start to think. Who does he think he is, coming here 5 hours late? And the only reason he did is because he was trying to help someone who he didn't even know. And to add to that, he tried to bring God into the conversation again. Why does he always do that? Is God really that important to him? You know what? Maybe I was a little harsh. I mean, I did just completely insult his religion. I mean, how would I feel if I were him? I guess I'd feel terrible. I mean, I am his only friend here in the city. Maybe I should go apologize to him. Where did he say he was going? Oh, yeah, to his dad's lab. I've been there before. I think I remember how to get there. Not only does his children know about his secret CIA lab hidden in the back of a gift shop, but also his son's random orphan friend who he just started being friends with. How long ago did they say they moved here? A month ago or something.
Oh no, they started going to school a month ago. They lived there since the summer or something.
Oh, so maybe like
So
a
it's
few
like a
months,
month into the school season.
like 3-4 months maybe they've lived there, like 3 months, let's say.
Yeah.
He's been friends with him for 3 months and he already knows the secret lab where the secret lab is. I look at the clock. It's 10:30. It's past the time when I'm supposed to be sleeping, which is 10 o'clock. So I have to sneak out.
Ooh.
I have to go out the window because some of the adults are downstairs talking. I step outside the window and start climbing down the side of the building. In parentheses, I've done this about 1,000 times, by the way. When I get close enough, I jump to the ground. I want to get there as fast as I can, so I start running. And that is our 4 chapters for today.
Wow.
So I don't know, any predictions of what you think might happen? I mean, well, so Zach was going to the lab, Steven's going to the lab, Jameson was going to go to his dad's lab too. So do you think all the characters are going to meet up at the secret CIA lab?
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe.
I mean, I actually do know. I remember, but but you don't know until you listen to the next episode. So definitely listen to episode 3, which will be next week.
What's going to happen at the secret lab?
We read chapters 5 through 8. 5, 6, 7, and 8. So we will read next week. So I don't know. This really is better than I remember.
Yeah.
So, anyways, thank you for listening. I am Nim.
I am Nate.
Goodbye, everyone.
Bye.